Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. I kind of got my counting mixed up there. Here I have a requested issue number 288, released July 1989. Our cover price, $1.50, which is indeed cheap. This was requested off of Reddit. I post to the Reddit Mad Magazine forum, and yeah, somebody requested this one. Drawn Out Dramas, I believe, is the name of the person that requested it, and thank you so much. I listen. If you guys have either ideas for videos, issues that you would like me to review, or just feedback, constructive feedback. I love it. I want this channel to improve, and I want it to get out to as many people as possible. So that's actually where you come in. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. I read them, I reply to them, and I just generally really appreciate it. If you also want to get like a heads up about videos that I'm going to be making, or reach out to me in a different way, you can do that on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, I am at Flippin Through. Let's see, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine review, news, and interview channel. You've heard it 2 different places, so it's almost certainly true. You can also find me on Instagram. I just started this, and again, look at a third source, verified. The internet's #1 Mad Magazine news and review site. Check out my channel. As you can see, I don't have much. I have me. I have the interview with Kyle Bridget, which, if you have not, be sure to check that out. And then also the preview for this issue. So I'm going to start posting what I'm going to be reviewing a couple days earlier on those resources. So without further ado, let's get into this issue. We're going to be roasting Twins, Dear John, and Working Girl. Twins, of course, was the, I think they were snubbed at the Oscars for Best Picture. Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Dear John, I don't recall at all. And Working Girl, I know Harrison Ford was in it, and I think the girl from Sleepless in Seattle was in it. I could be mistaken about the girl. I remember a teacher had us watch this movie in high school. We watched Working Girl, and I don't know what the reasoning was, but I know we watched it. This is a heavy metal issue, and what I love about this, besides Alfred dressed in shining armor, is they really did a good job of capturing the femininity of sort of glam rock type of characters. And this dude looks like that comedian Theo Von. I don't see any. I don't know who did this cover. Hopefully we can find out in here. This is something that I love. The free gifts for Mad Magazine. I mean, they ranged. You could get books sometimes, like the large square-bound books with like Don Martin strips in it, or Frank Jacobs gags. They also did these awesome buttons. I need to start collecting Mad buttons because there are a ton of them, and all of these are just like really awesome covers. But they add some stuff, like they say stamp out precipitation. I don't think that was on the cover. Not just another pretty face. I don't think that was on the cover, but they are a bunch of awesome Norman Mingo paintings. Oh yeah, who did the cover? Let's see. Oh, Richard Williams, front cover artist Richard Williams. In the vital features, we have Twinge, a Mad movie satire. Who is the artist? I'm gonna guess Angelo Torres. A Mad look at self-defense. Of course, Sergio Aragones. Comic book superheroes based on real people. Now, this is something that I wonder if this was in the latest issue. I have not read Mad Magazine number 15, but I know that it's all about superheroes. So I wonder if this gag made it into there. Here's some Rick Tulka art. I don't know. I don't know who did this. I can't guess. Rick Tulka, I mean, you can't mistake his work for anybody else's. The Mad Heavy Metal Quiz, Lurking Girl. Wait a second. No, I think this is Angelo Torres. This is Mort Drucker. And this is Sam Viviano. That's my guess. We'll see how well I did. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to keep track. Whoa. Look at this. There's a lot on this page that I like. And some stuff that I really don't like. Look at this kid. Ryan Wen. Emmett, Michigan. Man, 258. Oh, wait, no, that's not him. He's up here. Wait. No, this is just a random picture. It's not attached to a letter at all. Anyway, that's a pretty good Mad look-alike. This, look at this. I hate this. After seeing Mr. Meathead in Mad number 258's Toys R You circular, some people asked if it could be used on poultry too. We think this photo answers that question, and we hear that Mr. Meathead for fish and tofu will be ready any day now. Aren't science and technology marvelous? I find that profoundly disturbing. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that one bit. Did they have like a sale on these giant fake ears? What's going on? Dick DiBartolo making an appearance at a Nickelodeon television show. Let's keep moving on. All right, here we go. Artist Mort Drucker. Yes, 1 for 1. I got it. You know, here's the thing about movies in the 80s is there's a whole bunch of stuff that passed in the 80s that could not pass at all nowadays. And, you know, like the movie Splash, I recently, my wife put it on for our daughters to watch. Not appropriate. It's not appropriate for children, guys. Just so you know. But there's this one scene where John Candy takes, I mean, his character's supposed to be despicable, right? You're not supposed to like him, I don't think. I think sort of a lovable loser, maybe. But he takes coins, drops them intentionally, and then goes to pick them up and is looking up the skirts of girls. It's like... like, obviously, they're trying to make the character seem like a dirtbag, but it was like... That's like... I don't know. That just seems like almost irredeemable. A mad look at self-defense. Aragones. How could I get his... You can't not identify him correctly, right? Oh, look at this guy, Judo. He gets jacked. This is what happens. You know, people get held up at knife point, and they take action. They go to judo school, right? And then a pretty lady puts her hands over her hands over your eyes, and you show her what for. All right? It's like, baby, I couldn't help it. My instincts kicked in. All right? I can't be held accountable. Here we have the new comic book superheroes based on real people. All right, this is... I can already tell that this is going to be one of those that's really going to push the envelope. Artist, Angelo Torres. Okay, so I'm 2 for 3. 2 correct. The third one, I was incorrect. But I didn't make a guess, so I guess I wasn't incorrect, but I certainly don't get credit for it. This makes me nervous right here. This makes me a little nervous. And so does Mike Tyson. If you don't know what Mike Tyson was most famous for in the 80s, I got some bad news for you. Wait, no, maybe it hadn't happened yet. I don't know. The Defenders of Hypocrisy. Real names. This is great. I really like this. Defenders of Hypocrisy. So we have Jimmy Swaggart, Oral Roberts, Jim Bakker, and Pat Robertson. 4 mild-mannered TV evangelists suffer exposure to their own ratings, causing them to develop supernatural egos and total immunity from having to practice what they preach. Powers can assume the shapes of con men, adulterers, or money-grubbing megalomaniacs, while simultaneously insisting that they're doing the Lord's work. This is one where it's like, the more things change, the more they stay away. I do not understand how these dudes, and I mean, like, they've just sort of passed the torch on to a whole new generation of like televangelists, and some of them are pretty shady. Here we have the Drudge, Roseanne Barr. Origins of a fat, sloppy bore of a housewife, Roseanne, is visited by a fourth-dimensional being from Arcturus, who, unable to get through the mess in the living room, goes home, leaving her unchanged. Like, the weird thing is about Roseanne is that, like, her whole shtick was that, like, as a comedian and as a sitcom star, is that she's, like, a fat slob. I don't think she would be offended for me to say that. But then people just made fun of her for being a fat slob. And I don't, like, to me, like, I never really got that, because it's like, that's her joke. You're just making her joke at her. I don't know. I don't know what the point of that little rant was. Spastic Man, Bobcat Goldthwait. The 19th Century Man, P.W. Botha. I don't know this person. I need somebody in the comments to school me on who P.W. Botha is. And, Self-Destructo. Mike Tyson. We're going to have to zoom in on this. In a deal with the devil of boxing, an associate of Don King, Mike gets to win the heavyweight championship of the world, but must thereafter do everything he can to wreck his image and a potentially lucrative endorsement career. Can effortlessly inflict more damage on himself through bizarre public statements, street scuffles, and accidents than all of his boxing opponents combined. Enemies, success, adulation, and automobile-seeking trees. All right, so this predates sort of some of his worst moments, which is pretty sad. This dude lived a sad life, man. I think that it's hard not, when you learn about him, it's hard not to have like a little bit of sympathy for him, because that's somebody who suffered a whole lot in his life and was not given the tools to, whoa, we get a whole nother page. All right, never mind. Forget Mike Tyson. Here we have Necroman, Elvis Presley. The Smile, Mary Hart. Mary Hart, was she on like entertainment TV? Right? E.T.? The Teenage Mutant Kid Show host. Real name, Pee Wee Herman. Afflicted in childhood with trick hormones. Pee Wee's growth is permanently stunted, leaving him to this day with the mind and body of a 12-year-old. But curiously, the hairline and wrinkles and beard stubble of a 35-year-old. Captain Avarice. All right, so this is one of the things that's it's come up in some of my interviews. You'll see them later on. I've banked a bunch of interviews and sort of like Wednesday content. And so Captain Avarice, we talked about how Donald Trump is that rare person who has just remained in MAD, since the 1980s. He's made an appearance. So real name Donald Trump, the son of a lowly real estate millionaire, Donald vows at an early age to lift himself out of such poverty by any means and become a respectable billionaire. Enemies, lawful tenants, New York City Mayor Ed Koch, communistic ideas like rent control, and the word enough. This is probably the best Donald Trump has looked in his entire life. The Flesh, Cher, and the Incredible Bulk, William Gaines. Ooh, the Star Wars defense system. It can't fail. Let's talk about the Star Wars defense system, shall we? The arms race has gotten so out of hand here on Earth, we've decided to move the whole thing to outer space. Imagine a network of super sophisticated laser beams and other miracle devices so powerful that they will create a shield over the entire US of A that no Russian bombs can penetrate. Ha! True, our shield doesn't exist yet, but how can we miss? We're spending billions to develop it, and what does that mean? Hey, VCRs with automatic timers. The Star Wars defense system can't fail. After all, we've already proven our skill at building staplers, computers, zippers. Some wonderful Paul Coker art written by John S. Marshall. I like this. It does seem like almost needlessly political. I know that, this whole thing was, the Star Wars is like this big joke. Almost like, kind of like how the Space Force is like turned into this like huge joke. But, I think Israel uses something essentially like this, the Star Wars thing. Who do we think? Oh, Frank on a Roll Department. Leather clothes must be worn, sung to the tune of Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I'm not going to sing this. Artist Jack Davis. Look at this Jack Davis art. How old was Jack Davis in 1989? Oops. Let's zoom in on some of this. There's the naval base. I love that. I just want to like slide around and admire this. Okay, these these two look super similar, but I think he was an old timer by this time. All right, so if he's going to cheat a little, I'm going to forgive him. I love the way he draws. He did this a lot, and that is, he would draw these manic faces. Wait a second. Okay. Yeah, he would draw these like sort of manic faces that were just, I loved them so much. Who is that artist in the New Yorker that would hide his daughter's name, Nina, and everything? Look at this. It says Otton, Cotton. Then there's Stranger, Charts, or Chris, and Ned. What? I gotta do some investigating. Can it wait? No, it can't wait. Okay. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, Jack Davis. Jack Davis, artist. All right, hold on. Okay. Come on, where's the link? Here we go. Personal life. Grew up in Florida. They raised. Okay, so his kids' names are Katie, Lloyd, Jack. Dude, this is a mystery. I want to know why these names are in there. Anyway. Okay, sorry. Look at this. Some wonderful Jaffe. Mad Switcheroos, artist Al Jaffe, writer Frank Jacobs. What's the difference between a limping jogger and Robin Givens? A limping jogger pulls a muscle on a hike. Robin Givens pulls they got to give us the answers, right? I don't know who Robin Givens is. What's the difference between a hit and run stabber and a shy exhibitionist? Okay, this is a riddle. Oh, I get it. Okay, here we go. A hit-and-run stabber slashes on the fly. A shy exhibitionist flashes on the shy. There we go. Okay, these are really... This is what makes Frank Jacobs a genius. Okay? For all of you who don't understand, this is what makes Frank Jacobs a genius. What's the difference between a so-so wide receiver and Dan Quayle on Meet the Press? A so-so wide receiver is bumped and stumbles. Dan Quayle on Meet the Press is stumped and mumbles. Or, no. Stumped and bumbles. That's what it is. And that's why I'm not a genius. I think I figured it all out, but clearly didn't. What's the difference between a drowsy night watchman and a swamp creature? A drowsy night watchman sleeps through the crime. A swamp creature creeps through the slime. Oh my gosh. I love Frank Jacobs. Is Frank Jacobs still alive? I'm going to make a list of the people that I most want to talk to on my channel. And Frank Jacobs is among them. A mad guide to lesser-known Hollywood tourist traps. Artist Bob Jones. Writer Mike Snyder. Bob Jones, look at you go, dude. Look at all these like sort of different styles he's doing. I think that's the thing that I find the most interesting are the artists that can sort of switch their styles very quickly and easily. Here we go. Mad's heavy metal quiz. Rick Tulka. Yes. That's 3 for 4, right? Because I got that one. That one. Got that one wrong. Or I didn't guess. It was Angela Torres. Rick Tulka. Okay. How do members of Aerosmith spend their time off? Removing their mascara in the Betty Ford Center. The Betty Ford Center is what is it called? Like you go there to get off drugs. I forget the name of those things. Helping the deaf to recover from their concerts. What do Ozzy Osbourne and a cucumber have in common? They're most frequently seen pickled. Neither of them can sing. They both have no taste. Who wrote this? Chris Hart? Chris Hart did a good job, man. Every successful heavy metal music video requires an educational theme, a blonde babe in a leopard miniskirt, a large booze budget. They do have a lot of educational themes, don't they? Rick Tulka, that's another person I want to talk to. Here we go. Scientific advances that unimprove our lives. This is a lot like that the Star Wars one. Where is that? Jeez Louise, can I find it? Right? So, I mean, this is basically things that don't work, right? Or things that often let you down. Umbrella, VCR timers, all of that stuff. Things that unimprove our lives, right? The trash. That was something people had. I cannot believe that. The trash compactor is a modern wonder that makes it unnecessary for us to hunt for valuables we threw away by mistake, because we know, even if we find them, they'll be crushed. Yeah, I don't know. Tom Koch wrote it. Tom Koch, they can't all be huge successes, but it has the lovely artwork of George Woodbridge. The diabolical dungeon deception. Number 7, the king has decided to grant you freedom. Oh, thank God, thank God. No, I wanted to hang here the rest of my life just because I stole a loaf of bread. Your plan worked, sire. Number 7, confessed. Behead the swine. A Mad Magazine film, Lurking Girl. Artist, Angelo Torres. 4 for 5. Yeah. Oh, it's what's her face? The lady from Alien and from Ghostbusters. And then she's in normal movies like this. Well, look at there it is. There's the little xenomorph baby. But I still, is that Meg Ryan? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I don't know. But there's really, if you want to know what the offices were like in 1988, you can rent this movie. I think things have changed a little bit. Spy versus Spy, only one, I guess, in this issue. Normally there's two. And here we go. I think this is Bob Clark and Edwin. And I'm basing that on the signature. Clark/Edwin. That's my guess. That's my guess anyway. All right, so they go in. He goes in. Oh, close the door. Sucker. Slams down on him. That's very nice. I like that one. Paul Peter Porges. You know his art from a mile away. Mad's cheap and painless methods for overcoming baldness. Join a gang of skinheads. Boom, you fit right in. Make friends with small furry friends. With small furry animals. Sit in the smoking section. That joke doesn't work anymore. Move to a snowy climate. Comb everything else upwards. That's what I do. The lighter side of. Sorry, Dave. Get out of my face. Look at, should I give him a chance? Here, I'll give him a chance. We'll do the energy crisis. He'll just let me down again. Tommy, my friends and I are having coffee. Why aren't you in your room playing with all your birthday toys? I can't. There's been a power failure. I'm all out of batteries. Sorry to have wasted your time. Anyway, deceptive ways to get junk mail senders to excitedly open your reply. All right, so Sham and Shame, 500-piece dinnerware offer. To Sham and Shame from Tony Tormy. Gentlemen, this is the last mailer from you that I will open for free. The next piece of junk mail from you, I will only open for cash. I remember somebody saying that, you have like the prepaid envelope thing. Is that there? I don't know. It's probably like an urban myth. Is that folks say, you just cut that out and then like tape it to a brick, and then you mail it back to them, and they're charged for that shipping. That's probably baloney. I can't imagine that they do that. God, Duck is a really twisted dude. I got some bad news for you and some good news for you, Muggy. The good news is the governor said you won't be walking the steps to the gallows after all. That's great. What's the bad news? Dreary John, 5 for 6. Art by Sam Viviano. Sam Viviano is still alive. And I'm going to reach out to him because I want to interview him. And that's all I have to say. I don't know. Who's this guy? It's the guy from Taxi. It's probably one of these sitcoms that was pretty popular for like maybe a season or two and then went down the memory hole and nobody knows about it anymore. The Inconceivable Island Incident. Woo, that was one great emergency landing, Captain. Poor dude. Wait, but now he'll get saved. The Mad Fold in. I haven't folded this one in, so I'm not going to do it. But this is one of my favorites. Right here, a Mad Fake Out magazine cover. 25 awfully colorless photos. Heavy metal music isn't about Satan, says Damien Lucifer, lead singer of Antichrist. The one girl's story. What I'd do on a dream date with poison. exchange lipstick, mascara, and other makeup tips, try on each other's lacy lingerie, discuss our confusion over sexual identity. This is so disturbing to me. A life-size poster of Gene Simmons' tongue, special 6-page fold-out, exclusive photos we've printed only twice before. Tipper Gore delouses anthrax, our exclusive coverage. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, can you do better than anthrax? Oh, I love anthrax. Know what's cool about anthrax is that anthrax were big comic book fans. Like there was, they had in their liner notes and also in their songs, they would have like references to like 2000 AD, Judge Dredd, Batman. You can see, look at this. He's wearing a Joker shirt right here. Scott Ian's wearing a Joker shirt. Incredible killer contest. Get trampled at a Motley Crue concert. This is beautiful. I love this. With that, thank you so much for watching. This has been Flippin' Through. I will say this, leave comments below. If you have an issue that you want me to review, just let me know, and I will do my best to review it. So with that, thanks so much for watching. Toodaloo.